Broadcasting live from the Schwebel room. Beat down Brown. Eddie B. Dirty. Dirty.
Dirty. Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty. Dirty. Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Tell the people more about the advantages of our products.
They never lose their cool.
Expand your mind. But I've got a better source of information.
Yeah. Beat down Brown. eHarmony. Dirty 30. Back at you again. What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm here, family. I'm here. What's good?
Man, I got caffeine, man. I'm all right. I can push through.
That's all he need. He good. Pushing the push. Yeah.
Little bit of Java in my Bucks cup. You know what I'm saying? I'm all good.
I won't hold that against you, but it's okay. It's okay. I won't hold that against you.
It's AFC, okay. NFC, man. You know, I ain't messing with your Raiders, man. I ain't doing
I'm cool. Like, come on, man. I've been, doing the Icky shuffle for
Bengals. My fault.
Man.
Yeah.
I can't get down with those cats, man. They should have never left. LA, man. Just kept their asses there, man.
My fault. Shout out to Dolo. Dolo is the Raiders. You've always
shout
been
out
the
to Dolo.
Yeah. I ain't messing with your AFC, man. I ain't gonna bother him. I ain't gonna talk bad about him either, man. That's all,
man. We'll do something. Our quarterback got outed, so we'll see what he's gonna do this year. Well, it is what it is, and who they? You ready to jump into this one, man?
Man, the one thing about it that's always dope is when you see somebody that you absolutely honor, somebody that's just like, it's the big ticket person, not on the grand scale, but it's a big ticket person to you personally.
Yes.
Because you always see, let's be honest, you always see the whack cats get honored, get jumped on their bandwagon, whatever like that. Right. And when you see somebody who is synonymous about their area, we talk a lot of trash about being Ohio boys. We talk a lot of trash about, Braun is from Ohio. He does represent, keep it real with Ohio like that. Looked out for Akron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Youngstown's just down the street, Braun, just saying. But, whatever is whatever. You know what I'm saying? Neither here nor there. But when people are from their areas and they are synonymous with their areas, and whether it be getting the flowers while they're alive, or in this case, getting honored posthumously, I know I mangled that, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't get that much caffeine. You know what I'm saying?
You got it out.
I got it out. I spit it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't get at me in the comments for that one. But whatever the case being, right now, the big thing at this moment, one hardcore Detroiter got with a Detroit franchise to go and honor another hardcore Detroiter. And yes, I do have the images of it. Right now, you can go ahead and say officially what it is while I'm bringing it up.
What's his name? Royce the 5'9" teamed up with the Detroit Pistons to do a tribute line for the late, great Jay Dilla.
And it's fire.
Yeah,
it's fire.
When do it drop? It drop on
3/13 day. So on May 13th. So they represent the 313. And what I didn't know about the capsule when I was first looking at it, because I'm just, a little bit of sleep in the eye and looking at it, it's like, oh, how many pieces is in this joint? And it wound up, it's actually only 2 pieces in the joint. But boy, them pieces fire. Boy, are them pieces fire.
Yeah, that's hot.
So you got the hoodie and the baseball cap collab, both of them with the donut in the background, Jay Dilla's name, the Welcome to Detroit, like representing that first beat tape, the BBE beat tape, I should say. It ain't his first beat tape, but highlight on the Welcome to Detroit logo right there.
Yeah.
And then what's actually really fire is that the early 2000s Piston logo
Yep.
that had the horse on the turquoise joints.
Yeah. The
They
one
went
with
and flipped that. They went and flipped that in with Dilla's name in the donut. That's crazy, man.
would have been dope if they had was that Grant Hill?
Yeah.
If they would have had him up, but it's still dope. It's still dope that they did that. They finally, did a tribute for Dilla, long overdue, for something like that, a Detroit staple, both of them.
Yeah.
It's only right, and I think it's dope, and I think it was in honor of him. He had been 50 years old this year,
Yes.
so yeah, it was celebrate that and just Dilla in general, man. He deserved, every year, Dilla Day, damn it,
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, let's be honest, as far as an entertainment staple, outside of the Pistons, Lions, and the Tigers and Motown, you got Dilla.
That's it, right?
I mean, as far as like now, if you show up, you got Trick. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
gotta
yeah,
go
you
to
got
Detroit, but
you got Mr. 8
that's a whole
Mile.
different thing.
Yeah, you got Mr. 8 Mile, but I'm
Yeah,
talking Dilla is something different.
yeah,
He's something different, and everybody who's from the D or anybody who knows something about Dilla knows what I'm saying. That's just
yeah.
what it is.
I think M himself, and in the case of having Royce there, that's kind of like having an emissary of M, but M himself would have to say, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
It's Dilla than me.
yeah. If he's honest, yeah, he
I
knows.
think he would be. I will have to give Marshall credit. Marshall is been nothing but honest as far as his place in hip hop and
Got it.
his place in Detroit legacy.
Got it.
So I will have to give him that of
Okay.
saying that he has had that amount of humility. We're talking about the man who said my favorite MC is Redman.
And
So
Tretch, yeah, and Tretch,
yeah, and Tretch made me rhyme the way I rhyme. So
right.
that's a whole lot of humility
Yes,
in that man. So that man,
yes,
I think that he hands down would have to admit that it is what it is. But with this being the case, like I said, somebody who is so synonymous with their area, it
yeah,
is not a question. Like there was never a case of, all right, LAJ, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
Jay moved to Europe. Yeah, he got love everywhere he went. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you got areas that, like we saw over in France, naming the street
The street
after him
after him
and
in
everything
France.
else. Yeah, in France. Like for real, his influence is crazy. So to have his home and have his home team literally
Yeah,
be like, you know what?
we got to put him on our back.
We got to literally put him.
Put him on our
He's
back.
we gonna put him on our back. And like I said, incorporating because he came to prominence in the early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s is when he came to prominence, and to
Yeah,
go and flip that, like I said, the Pistons horse logo
that's hot.
into his name. That
That's
that that was a fire flip. That was
that
that
was
was a
hot.
fire flip on multiple levels. That was an excellent job. Whoever did that, whoever designed that piece, they get their
Yeah,
kudos. And that right there, I'm sure it's in the team store, so it'll
yeah.
be a
It
little bit
drops.
pricey.
Check the website. It's not out yet. Check it on the 13th on the actual day it drops. But yeah, it's not up yet. Trust me. I was at the gig and I saw it and I was like, shit, I'm about to jump on right now. And I went through it and they got everything but the Dilla stuff yet. So I'm assuming it's going to drop that day because
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be, out of there.
313 day.
Yeah, it's going to be out of there.
I'm hoping, even if they do a limited run on it, that they do
Yeah,
a second pressing.
yeah.
Just
Have
for
to.
all the fans. That's one with the state of the team right now. That might be the only good amount of merch they push off this year.
They might want to change their real shit into that for
Yeah,
the upcoming season.
yeah.
Yeah.
They might want to flip their jerseys.
Or tell them the only way you could get this is if you come to the stadium.
And the first run is supposed to go directly through the team store, not the team
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
So that was smart marketing right there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, we got to put
We get
butts
some
in
traffic.
seats.
Yeah. Hopefully
We
somebody will swing by and look at, the tickets and, I'm like, hey, you know what? Why don't we just go to a game? Some shit. Hopefully, like you said, trying to tie the shit in together. But like I said, man, I hold Dilla such in a high esteem, man. It's not even funny. put the man. To me, he's his own genre,
Yeah.
And I anything Dilla, you got my attention. You got
Yeah.
me. But yeah, I saw this and was just like, man, salute to the Pistons, Royce, all of them for coming together. And I think his two daughters is actually in a couple of those photos, a couple of those ads as well. So it's tight, man, that they're still keeping the legacy going.
Yeah, my
Again,
Dukes don't play, man. My Dukes don't play at all. She's been keeping the torch alive. And then he had a good surrounding unit, Frank and Dank and everybody else, House
yeah,
Shoes
house
and
shoes.
everybody else. They've been, and I know I'm missing folks, but you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You know the wave.
Yeah, Black
Everybody's
Milk, all those cats, man.
yeah, everybody's
Yeah,
gonna make sure that
everybody.
Dilla's legacy stays alive.
Illa
And
J,
yeah, his brother, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you for correcting me there. Yeah, didn't mention the man's brother. Wow, but but
Sorry, man. Like you said, man, we know the history, we know the family, we know most of the hits or whatever, because there's still stuff that isn't, they said Dilla was a dude who would just give beats out. So there's stuff out there that's not necessarily, stuff he was just like, hey man, tell me if you like it. Just beat CDs, literally beat CDs that
yeah,
he would just give cats, like, man, tell me what you think. And I wish I was in that circle back then and be like, dude, I got an original Dilla beat CD, man, that nobody's ever gonna touch ever. That's going in my
dog,
vault. And they're floating around somewhere, man. But
dog. Do you know that would be my social media profile pic everywhere? That
just
it would
that,
just be that.
yeah,
It would be that.
dog. Because
I
I heard
mean,
when I watched the documentary and they said that, they was like, dude, you know how many beats that this man has out there, just not, you know,
yeah,
on record. He just went on ahead, just fucking around, like, here, take this, tell me what you think.
and it's just crazy. Between albums, it's when you get into it and you're looking at somebody like an MF Doom too, who's got
Yeah,
projects that are out there. Like
man. Yeah.
when Ghost just recently brought up the fact that, like, yo, me and Doom finished that Doom Face project is finished, and it probably
Wow.
will never see the light of day. That project
Wow.
is finished,
And it's a lot of stuff that's out there that's in the can, that
and
a lot of folks that
yeah,
won't come out, and it's like
it
it
hurts.
hurts. That shit
Because it's just
hurts,
like
man.
with all the BS that you hear on the regular, and
Mhm.
something fire is just
Mhm.
sitting there in the wings. And
Mhm.
I bring up Doom at that moment because of his tight relationship with Dilla and how they would go back and forth, throw stuff to each other and everything between the collective with them, Mad Lib, and everybody else, of how that is. And yeah,
It was a
it
time when it was just about the art. And like,
yeah,
dude, you do that. If you bring the heat or whatever, I'll supply the track, and that's you. Whatever it does, it does. You know what I'm saying? On the love, I catch me on the next one. And that's what the era we came up in. It was like that. These guys were just like, every time I think about that, it's like how everybody came together for Nas' first album.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
dudes wasn't expecting it to do what it do. They just wanted Youngin to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was back in the day. Like, dude, I know a cat and I know this other dude. And I think y'all two, with your lyrics and this dude's beats, match made in heaven, and dudes would just make that connect with no hand, with their hand out, like just
Yeah,
doing it on the love. Like, dude, you was looking for somebody, I found him. Here you go. Just make the introduction. And that was it. When nobody in somebody's pocket for anything. It was just on the love. We don't have that no more. Nobody's looking out like, dude, I love you too much for you to put that whack shit out. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Don't do that. For real, don't do that. Start over. I'll sit here with you. We'll go track for track, verse for verse, and let's get it. Now it's whatever sells, man. Whatever sells. And Dilla, that's the type of the what Dilla was cut from. He was cut from that. Hey man, as long as the shit's dope, as long as you don't fuck up my shit, we good. Go ahead, man. Take the shit.
Yeah. Well, the honor
Yeah.
is being paid
Yeah.
finally.
Finally. Yeah.
We get to live out yet another portion of the chapter. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to be around for it. And depending on availability and what my pockets look like, you might see
You're
a
right.
brother, you might see a brother up there rocking one of them hoodies. That hoodie is fire, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm not too much one for baseball caps, but that hoodie, boy.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna get a look. We're gonna on the 13th, definitely gonna look into that. And yeah, if you see it on this show, you know what it is.
Yeah. So now talking about long overdue tributes.
Man. Man.
I'm gonna let the man speak for himself real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna let the man speak for himself.
There's a lot of great players in the NBA. It's important for me to just be myself. I don't want to be Michael Jordan. I don't want to be Magic. I don't want to be Bird or Ozzie. I don't want to be any of those guys. When my career is over, I'm going to look in the mirror and say I did it my way.
You see that blank space right there? You see that blank space?
Yes, sir. Philly. It's coming, folks. It's coming.
Yeah. So what we all the hoopla and the hullabaloo is about right now. Right now you got the fact that the Detroit Pistons are going to go ahead, and I actually got the other video up here that explains everything as it goes right here. So, quick presentation from Yard Barker right here.
Free use.
Yeah, previews of it right now. They got the statue going up of my man at the training facility out in Camden, New Jersey, and I saw somebody break a joke out about it. It's up there. It's like, so you're gonna have an Allen Iverson statue outside the practice facility.
We talk about practice. Yeah. We talking about practice. Love it.
But my man was, and forever will be one of the biggest things to ever hit the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And we aren't going to argue with GOAT status or whatever. I mean, we know who Jordan is. We know who LeBron is showing himself to be. We know who Kobe was and like that. But the one biggest thing that comes up all over the place repeatedly, and people have to tip their hats and say, especially with these young bloods coming in now, for a while it was everybody's like, oh yeah, I grew up watching Mike. I grew up watching this one, that one, or whatever. You got cats in the league right now like Dame talking about, like, when I came in the league, I wanted to be the next AI.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole ton of other players up there. It's like, yo, AI was my truth. That was what it was about. I just sat back and watched the video with the likes of Shaq, KG, Gilbert Arenas. Notice I ain't said no slouches yet.
Yeah.
What's my man that everybody loves to hate, Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about the fact that right now this era of the NBA is the AI era. Like everybody talks about what Jordan would do or whatever. AI would kill this era right now with his play style and everything else. That little man with a huge heart,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, that could literally shake anybody out their socks. But he was a facilitator too. It wasn't just that he would go and cook you. He could cook you and then dish it, and he didn't have the squads that some of these other teams put together. He didn't.
Right.
It wasn't until basically late in his career did he get put with another superstar, and that was hella late.
Yeah,
he was late. Yeah, like honestly, I run the parallels of early LeBron career to what happened with AI, where it's like, all right, he had some cool people and some journeymen, but he didn't have that dog squad with him.
Right.
AI And Stephen A. Smith broke down the fact of the only reason AI doesn't have a championship is because it literally took Shaq in his prime with Kobe coming into his own to make sure Allen Iverson didn't get a championship. And
Right.
that man was literally had that whole team on his back. He had the whole Sixers team on his back. That man is
Like you said,
ridiculous.
like the early LeBron situation, you know, like, dude, how do I drop 50 plus points and we still lose? You know, back to back. Like, dude, I can't keep fucking doing this. You know, you saw him
Yeah.
take off that Cleveland jersey and was like, fuck this, I'm out. Everybody needs some help.
Yeah.
You know, somebody, please, you know, but AI well overdue. The dude was a game changer, not just, you know, he changed the hip hop culture. He was the bridge.
Yeah.
You know, the cornrows, he broke down the story of the fucking sleeve. You know why he was wearing that damn sleeve? It wasn't like to cover up a tattoo or anything. He kept saying when he fell, like a cyst or something would come up and they would have to drain it. So he would, you know, put that sleeve on to, you know, to compress it. So it stayed in there. It wasn't a fashion statement. He like, first of all, the first one was just gauze.
Right.
You know, they put on there, then they actually made it for him. And he's like, after a while, it just became normal. You know, now you got cats wearing, you know, just because, you know, because it looked cool. But yeah, he was actually fucking himself up because that's how hard he played. He was to me, AI and Derrick Rose are cut from the same cloth as far as how hard they fucking play. You would think they playing on blacktop. You know what I mean? Like these cats will just leave it all out there each play. And yeah, that's a lot of damage to your body. But yeah, that's to me, those two guys are the ones, you know, who got that old school like street ball mentality, you know. But
I mean, one thing they like to say, you know, you got your catchphrases now all the time that people like every era you got, and people like to say people that do something like the Renters do. AI, Derrick Rose, those are the type of dudes that hit the court like every game like the Renters do. With the infamous statement like no, not practice.
Right.
Because who was that? Was that who was that had the story about the fact that they went kicking it with AI and during training camp, like right before training camp, the volunteers.
Yeah, it was
like during
everybody got
the
that AI story. Like it was Kobe actually said it's like this dude when he were was an all-star game or some shit like that. It was like, man, where are you going? He was like, I'm going to the gym, and he was like, shit, I'm going to the club.
Yeah,
you know, he was just like, dude, he was just naturally gifted that way. Gilbert was talking about how they were playing tag, and he said they stayed in different hotel rooms or whatever, and they, you know, you got the balcony outside. It was like this fool hung off his balcony and jumped onto mine to tag me. You know, he was like, he's risking his own life. He's like, we up way up in the damn air. You know, that's how wild this cat was back in the day. And we was playing tag, and this dude did that shit and was like, dude, do you know how much money you could have fucked up if you would have slipped, failed, or fucking killed yourself? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, but
Chuck, man,
yeah,
Chuck, wow.
Yeah, but they said he would naturally go to the club and show up at practice and, you know, light it up. That's all.
Homeboy broke out the stories like he was at one of the other players' cribs and coach had a curfew. And he's like, okay, he left, he ate breakfast, left there, borrowed homeboy's car, and was heading in. Later on, it's up there, it's like, all right, what y'all doing? Hey, man, y'all hitting practice? They's out kicking it. Yeah, man, I'm hit practice. Homeboy's lit, absolutely drunk. They get to practice, AI don't show up. This goes on like this for a couple of weeks. All of a sudden, training camp come around. It's up there, it's like, all right, everybody's out of shape. Everybody's in shape because they've been doing their thing. This cat come in and torch the whole damn squad after being drunk and partying all this time.
Don't forget, people they said he like did minimum stretches. Minimum stretches, and then got out there and ran practice. Yeah. Ran it.
You just have people that have it like that. And AI was synonymous with just having it like that. That dude was ridiculous. And the fact of he made the executive decision. He could have been an all-pro quarterback.
Yeah,
everybody talks
football.
about the fact that football. He was initially he was better in football than he was in basketball. But he made the executive decision of
no. See, I had to stop you right there. He didn't.
Please.
His mother did.
Okay.
Because he was like, I'm done with you. She was like, you gonna do something, because he was like, I think he wanted to play football, and she made him. She was like, nah. I guess she saw, was like, I'm gonna need you to do that basketball thing.
Mm-hmm.
She made that executive decision. He's on camera saying that. He was like, it wasn't me. It was like, because I was on my way doing, playing football or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, his mom was the one who told him, like, nah, you going that way. And the rest is history, man. And thank you, Mama Iverson. Thank you for that one.
The league thanks you.
Yeah. Because this dude was amazing. I got another story from Bow Wow when he said, him and Bow Wow and Michael Jordan's son were cool or whatever, coming up. And I guess he spent the night over at his house, but he showed up at Mike's house in a pair of AIs.
Yeah.
He said he woke up, the shoes are in the garbage. He told his son to get him a pair of J's. After Mike got crossed over, in that All-Star game, that infamous crossover. Mind you, he crossed him over twice.
Yeah.
And then, hit that fadeaway on his ass. But yeah, man, it was just I was like, dude, Mike, that petty, you still holding a grudge, man? Because the young gun came in and did what he did to you. Come on, man.
Oh, all day.
We said my know Mike was in the garbage. It's like, don't you ever wear those in my house again. Like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, we know Mike is that petty. Look, Mike was sitting there. That could have been a camera shot right there, and I took that personally.
The goal to never say that, man. Like, everybody get, on somebody's poster, eventually everybody get it, get the business. And it just so happened to be a fucking all-star game. And you was playing him, like this all-star game. Ease up a little bit, but you was playing him like shit. I'm gonna rip this little motherfucker, and he hit you with the yeah, back to back, made you look old, made you question, why am I still in this, in this league, and it happens. So yeah, man, shout out to AI and Philly, and it's about time, man. So it's about time. Get these cats their flowers while they're here,
Exactly.
And let it be.
Yeah, man, I'm not mad at it all. And one other thing you brought up while we're talking right now, as we do release these on Sunday and Tuesday and all like that, so you will be getting this on the 10th and the 12th respectively.
Right.
But at this time we're recording on the 9th, and this is the anniversary, unfortunately, of an unfortunate event. This is the anniversary of Big's passing. So we do, speaking of giving flowers, want to give Big his flowers, gone way too soon, with way more left to be done. And in the light of what's going on in the public right now with a certain record mogul that he was attached to.
Man.
The one good thing he did, amongst others, because we aren't going to, shun who else came from that label, but Big was a huge part, a huge thing, and had a huge impact on the culture. And we just want to, we love to celebrate people on their birthdays, but being the fact that this is the anniversary of his passing, we want to once again, with all pun intended, big up Big on this one.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Definitely, your impact is definitely missed, man. We would have loved to see what the commission would have looked like. You and Jay up there running through it, man.
And whatever other ventures that he would have been in, into at this time. But I don't even want to go through that and speculate and do that, because we'll be here forever. But thank you once again for another great one. Thank you, subs, like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the flip.
Definitely. Schwebel Room is doing nothing but getting bigger. Make sure that, as my man said, like, share, subscribe. 3 p.m. D, Dirty 30, Deep Dives, Dialogue Unlimited. Now, Beyond the Veil, Left-Legged Goldtron coming on, and then me and Mandela are still going to be doing them special shows too. So got a lot going on, and I'm sure more is going to be going on top of that. So appreciate y'all, love y'all. We'll definitely be back around, but we gotta get some sleep, man. So
Right on.
we're gonna roll that beautiful beam
Big
footage
footage.
and thank y'all for being in the building. Once again,
Peace.
Dirty 30 out.